Okay, this is the differences between tangible non-current asset and intangible non-current asset. The first one is the physical substance. As for the tangible non-current asset, it has physical substance. For example, then a building, you can see how is about the land and building. Also, you can touch it. As for the tangible non-current asset, it has no physical substance. For example, it's copyright. You know you need to pay for the copyright, but you don't know how the copyright is look like. As for the expenditure incurred, all the tangible non-current asset incurred when purchased, this is considered expenses that we incurred. So, as for intangible non-current asset, same. This is incurred. The intangible happen when it can be purchases or may be created within a business, or it is we call that it's internal generated. So the internal generated, no expenditure incurred because no acquisition or selling occurred in here. So no cash being involved, no business transaction involved here. This is only for the valuation only. And then about the cost of tangible non-current asset. So whatever amount that been paid, whatever amount that stated in the invoice for the non-current asset, included with the cost related with the tangible and non-current asset, you capitalize it and record it as a non-current asset. And for the intangible non-current asset, whatever amount being purchased for non-current asset, this is the asset that has been capitalized. As for internal generated asset, this cannot be capitalized because no business transaction related with the no purchases or selling involved between here. So I mean that there is no transaction of buying and selling of the intangible of non-current asset for the internally generated. This is only for valuation only. And then depreciation. As for the tangible non-current asset, depreciation is reflected on the wearing of the asset. So all the costs for tangible non-current asset is allocated for each year. So this is we use depreciation. The term is depreciation. As for the intangible non-current asset, also the cost of the intangible non-current asset we amortize. We amortize same as depreciation. So the cost we report in profit or loss each year by using the amortization. As for the tangible non-current asset, we use the depreciation. This example of tangible of non-current asset. So classify each of the following asset as either tangible or intangible non-current asset. So the first one is the operating system of the personal computer. So this is the tangible because the operating system, for example the DOS, is included in the personal computer. If you buy a computer or a laptop, the DOS is a package of the included in the that PC. So, and then off-the-shelf integrated publishing software package. For example, this one publishing software package. This is Adobe Photoshop, for example. Photoshop is not including in the computer, the software that it cannot include in the package of the computer. If you want to get the Photoshop software, you need buy it in other way. Yeah, you buy exclude from the computer itself. So this is intangible. This is the software that you're going to pay, and then the special software embed in computer control machine. So the control machine, for example, is the robot. So the robot cannot be used without the software. So when the company buy the computer, the robot, it must together with the software of the robot. So the software, since it's together with the robot, this is tangible. And the firewall controlling access to restricted section of the internet. This is, for example, that firewall we have the, for example, antivirus. So this one you need to buy extra from the computer that been bought. So this one is a software that called the Intangible Non Current Asset. So example 2. So prepare extract of financial statement for the year ended 31st December 2009. So this is the question. Willis Limited purchases a patent with a useful life of 10 years of $20,000 in 1st January 2000X. Now, so this is exactly for 1 year. Started from 1 January, so the closing date is 31st December 2009. So the amount will be amortized to 10 years. So as for the statement of profit or loss, the amount that been reported, statement of profit or loss, is the first year, which is the amount amortized for the first year is $20,000. You divide by 10 years, so you will get 2,000. So this amount you will debit amortization expenses, and credit is the accumulated amortization. So the accumulated amortization will go to the statement of financial position, which is that we are going to report, which is the $20,000, which is the cost of the patent, and you minus the accumulated depreciation, which is that you credit this amount, debit the amortization expenses, credit the accumulated amortization. So the credit part you minus with this one, so you get the amount that should report in statement of financial position is 18,000. And this is about the goodwill, another part of the intangible of non-current asset. And what is the goodwill? So the goodwill is that the company need to pay for the capital of the business. Like for example, for that A is going to buy company B, which is the company have the net asset is 20,000. So the A need to pay for 20,000, not 20, it pay about $22,000 for the B, the company that is going to sell. So the extra of the net asset, of the B, which is 2,000, is the goodwill. So this is that you are going to learn in company next year, or also partnership. So this year you just need to know. So you know that another one is that goodwill can also be internal generated or inherited. But it's not recognized if the goodwill is happen because of the internal generated or inherent. So it cannot be recognized because there has been no transaction to ascertain this value. No, so we cannot know what is the value that should be recognized here because no transaction of buying or selling. So this is factor we contribute to inherent goodwill may include reputation of the business. For example, that McDonald's already has the name, so the goodwill is there. We have the goodwill. We know that there is cost for the name itself. So since the goodwill, McDonald's do not sell for the business itself, the goodwill cannot be recorded the amount because no transaction. If the McDonald's call to liquidation, so it sell the business to other company, so there the goodwill will be included, will be recorded there. And then management team, if the company have all the management team have a strong knowledge, a full remarkable background, so it will upgrade and the name of the company. So this is about the goodwill also. And by the skill of workforce, let's say the company has many skilled skilled workers in the company, so this will lead to the goodwill of the company. And the customer list, if the company already have the customer list, many customer, so this will increase the goodwill of the company. So internal generated goodwill cannot be capitalized under IFRS because it does not meet asset recognition criteria. In particular, in the absence of a purchase and or acquisition, there is no reliable measurement of a cost at which it could be recorded. So, if we assess only the goodwill because of reputation, management key skill or plus, without any transfer of this company, means that there is no selling or buying for the business, so we cannot have the certain amount of the goodwill that should be transferred. So that's why we cannot record this one in the book of account, because no purchase or acquisition happened there. So we cannot have any reliable measurement to be recorded there.
Another part of intangible of non-current asset that you need to know is the research and development. So under IAS International Accounting Standard 38, an intangible asset for research and development should be recognized if and only if the asset definition is met, which means that the asset has future economic benefits that are probable, means that the R&D, research and development cost and benefit has a future economic benefits that the cash will be in, the potential of the cash in, and its cost can be measured reliably. So they know what is the cost being expensed for this research and development for the production of the product or item. Okay, there are two difficulties in applying the asset definition to research and development. One is identifying the point in the time when there is an identifiable asset that will generate probable future economic benefits. The point is that the point in time, identify the point in time. When is exactly the cost that we are going to record for the research and development to be as intangible of the non-current asset. So another one is you need to differentiate the cost of internally generated asset from the cost generated goodwill or running day-to-day operation. So you need to know whether this is cost that come up from the internal generated or from the cost that come from the day-to-day operation. This operation. So internal generation of assets should be classified into, so we have two here, internal generation of assets should be classified into two, research part, a research phase, and a development phase. So this is related with research and development. In order to produce a product, so the company will have two phase. One is the research phase about the product that they are going to produce, and then the development phase is at the time that the company want to produce the product to be commercialized. So we have two phases. So which phase that we are going to record as the intangible non-current asset, or in other words that we are going to capitalize for the cost. Okay, if this phase cannot be distinguished, expenditures on an internal project to create intangible non current asset are treated as if they were incurred in the research phase only. So, okay, the cost that have been incurred, this company cannot be identified whether this is cannot differentiate whether this cost for the research phase or development phase, so they cannot identify. So this cost is considered as the research phase only. So it should be expensed through the year and should be recorded in the statement of profit or loss. Now we go for the research part, which is the meaning of the research is the original and planned investigation undertaken with the prospect of gaining. So this is the point that gaining new scientific or technical knowledge and understanding. So this is the new scientific and technical knowledge and understanding. So this is the point about the research. And for the development, prior to commencement of the commercial production for use. So this is related to the production of the product itself for intention, for use, or for sale. So it is the application of recent findings or other knowledge to a plan or design for the production of new substantial improvements. So whatever been researched, the first page is research about the product or any about the improvement of the design of the process. So when come to the part application of the research for the first part, this is what we call that development phase. The product, the commercial production that going to be used or to be produced, the developed part related with the item is the material, a device, product. This is the only thing the application of the first part is research. Material, device, product, processes, system, or services. Some activities or the process associated will not be classified as research or development. So it means that not all activity can be classified under development. So you look at this one. This is activity that we consider as research. One is aiming to obtain new knowledge. So this is the word is new knowledge, obtain new knowledge. This is research. And this seeking application of research findings. So the outcome is the research findings. So this is research. And seeking and evaluating product or process alternatives. So this is about the evaluation of the product, the outcome, the product. So this is not considered as the development. This is still a research phase, research cost. And this one, formulating and designing possible new and improved product or process alternative. This is just give the possible designing or process alternative. No producing of the product yet. So this one is we call that research. All activities is called research. That any cost that related with this one should go to the statement of profit or loss, cannot be capitalized. As for the development, we have design, construction, and testing. So already if the company has already prototype of the product or model, so this is considered as a development phase. So the company also already has a product that is going to be sold. So this is we call that development phase. That this cost should be recorded or capitalized in the intangible non-current assets, or chosen any alternative material, process, etc. So they already know what is the material goods from the research phase, and then they are going to choose the material. So this part will be, the cost should be capitalized. Okay, designing tool, jigs, mold, etc. involving new technology. So now the company is going to design, means that the product is going to be produced. So this is development part. And then also design, construction of operation of pilot plants. So we know all of these are all the production, all the production commercial part is now started. And related to but neither research nor development. Engineering follow through in early phase of commercial production. So this is related, but more after the development stage. And then quality control. So this include for routine work. So the quality control for the production of product is happen every day. So this is, you cannot say as research. This cannot say as development. This is all the routine work happen. And also troubleshooting, routine refining, otherwise improving existing product, whatever existing product, so they improve it every day. And adapting existing capability, which is the to particular customer requirement. Seasonal product design changes to existing product. Routine design of tool, jigs, molds, and that. And so for this one is that not related, but neither research or development cost. This is all about the routine work. So this one we cannot capitalize the one as the cost of intangible non-current asset. So it should go to the statement of profit or loss. Okay, this is a part when is intangible non-current asset will be recorded in the statement of financial position, mean that should be capitalized. So the first one, it should be measured at cost, and then the cost itself must be recorded when it meets, it first meets the recognition of the intangible non-current asset. So it comprises of expenditure which can be directly attributed or allocated on a reasonable and consistent basis to creating, producing, and preparing the asset for its intended use. So when you are going to record or you recognize for this intangible non-current asset, which means that this cost should be reported in the statement of financial position. When the product is sold, or the product or the production, the product now is reach the pace of the sales, or if the machine process, if the company are doing the process, upgrade process, when is the process going to be used? For example, about the machine itself. So when is the machine that going to be used? So at that time, we recognize the cost as the intangible of non-current assets. So this is a cost included as the intangible of non-current asset, which is expenditure on material and service consumed, means that this material and service is now related to the production of the product itself, material used to produce the product itself. Salary, wages related at the phase after the first phase of the production of the product itself. Other direct attributable expenditure, which is, for example, amortization of patents, of license, if the company already produce a product and have the copyright for the product or patent. So this should be amortized during the year. And then any overhead costs related with the cost related with the producing of the products till the part to be sold or to be used. So overhead such as the depreciation of property, plant, equipment, insurance, premium, rent, etc. And then costs not including, of course, selling and distribution costs, admin, inefficiency, operating losses, before time, performance test, staff training to operate the asset. So this is about all the routine work that cannot be classified as the intangible non-current asset. This is a real expense throughout the year. It shall go to the statement of profit and loss as the research expenditure. Okay, as a research expenditure, no intangible asset should be recognized for research expenditure. So the activity that related to all the research we cannot recognize as intangible of the non-current assets. Expenditure should be recognized and as expense banker, not be recognized part of cost of intangible asset at later date. Means that the cost related at the research phase, this is we call that expenses for the year. So we cannot recognize as a intangible non-current asset and it should go to the statement of profit and loss. It expense throughout the year means that it goes to the statement of profit and loss. Either item, expenditure item, either the reserve which must be recognized as a spend when include starting up and operation of the business, training, advertising, relocation. This expenditure do not give rise to intangible non-current asset. Means that if the product is already produced and intended to be sold, and all the testing time have already occurred, and then the times to commercialize. So for the start of the business for this one, all the costs cannot be considered as research development cost now. It considered as the routine cost, should be expense and should be recorded as expenses to the statement of profit and loss. You cannot consider as the cost of intangible non-current asset. So this is when we are going to recognize the cost as the development expenditure, meaning that when the cost is considered as development expenditure, it should be considered as an intangible asset for the business and should be reported in statement of financial position. So it must meet 6 criteria, which is the first one is technical feasibility of completing of the intangible non-current asset. So whether to complete the product itself, whether the technical being used or not, and then production, the complete for the production is for the use and sales of the intangible of non-current asset. So this production has ability to use of sale, meaning that whether this product has the economic benefit to the company or not. So another one, existence of a market for output of intangible asset for internal use, adequate resource exists are available to complete the development and use of sale of intangible asset. Attributable expenditure can be measured reliably during the development of the intangible of asset. So meaning that whatever the sixth category, the sixth criteria is related to the production of the product itself, whether the technical aspect exists or not, whether the product itself has will come out the economic benefit or not, whether it's already used in the market or not, whether the cost, the cost can be measured or not in the production in this phase. If yes, so if these six criteria is already can be identified, so this cost can be considered as development expenditure. So it needs to be capitalized as an intangible asset, and it should go to the statement of financial position. If not, we can consider it as a business cost or routine cost that should go to the statement of profit and loss. So as stated in International Accounting Standard 38.57, this means that the editor must intend and able to complete the intangible assets and either use it or sell it, and be able to demonstrate how the asset will generate future economic benefit. The main point for development expenditure is that the company has already produced the product, and this product has economic benefit. Means that the company will get economic benefit from this production, and this production we know what is the cost, so we can capitalize. Okay, this next we will continue with the another part. So for this first part is more on the theory part about the intangible of non-current asset. So next we are going to go further more in the calculation part. So see you in the intangible non-current asset part 2. Thank you.